Slugging, baby. Hi guys. Okay. My eyes are really dry right now. I need to be drinking a lot more water, that's for sure. Oh. Yeah, I was drawing again with ink. I just could not care less. Or I couldn't care less? Same thing. One has a contraction, one doesn't. I could care less. I couldn't. No, I said it right the first way. I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less. Okay. Okay. So I'm doing a reading. I have 4 piles. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I went through all the languages I know how to count in. So, today we're gonna look at, bruh, why are you so exhausted? Like, what's draining your energy? How can you recharge? There's gonna be some advice in here. How do you maintain that energy? And where are you gonna look for motivation? And then we're gonna finish it off from a message from your higher self / spirit guides, okay? So we're gonna try and get you into a nice energy. This is a timeless energy. So whenever this reading finds you, welcome. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can kind of see them from where you are here. But here is a picture. And go ahead and either pick your pile right now, or we're gonna do our breathing together where we inhale and then on the exhale, we allow ourselves to be led to whatever pile is pulling us, okay? So let's do that right now. Ready? Inhale. And exhale. Okay. And we're gonna do another collective breath together. Go ahead and take a moment. All right, and now we're gonna inhale. And on the exhale, be led to the pile that calls most to you. Okay. All right, timestamps are in the description, and I will see you guys at your pile. Okay, bye. Okay. Hello, pile number 1. I know, my dirty finger, my stained finger. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards here. Okay, just a reminder, today's tarot reading is about why are you so exhausted? And how do you manage your energy, and what's draining your energy, and how can you maintain your energy, and where can you look for motivation, and a message from your higher self and your guides. So it's a lot, okay? It's all right. We're gonna get through it. And the first thing I did write some curated messages for the piles today. And your pile and your power word is will. So I'm gonna put that up front. I also picked some healing crystals, and I was led to, I'm not very good at saying them, like what they're called, but this is like Rodin. It's a very high heart and heart-centered self-love, but there's an aspect of community and blending in and stuff like that. There's an aspect of expression and connection with this specific healing crystal. I also have green aventurine, which is also very heart-centered and heart-open and greenery, and I'm getting the word perseverance too. All right, so a lot of these, like usually when I pick cards, they flip up in like upright for me right away, but these have decided to stay hidden, and I think it's because we're going to be choosing some at certain times, because I have like 5 piles. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had a smaller, there you are. Okay, what's draining my energy? This is what's draining your energy. So excuse me while I get organized. How can I recharge? The healing crystals make sense. How can I maintain my energy? Oh, yeah. Okay. And then where do I look for motivation? And a message from my guides. I love it. Cool. Because I was not paying attention whenever I chose these decks and stuff, but it has it figured out for us. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so let me just say my little thing. Okay, dear angels and guides of the highest truth and compassion, please fill me with light, love, and healing. Help me channel messages for the community and whoever needs to hear this at this time. Please help whoever needs to find this message finds this message here today. For the highest and best good. Amen. All right, I'm tapping into this energy. What is draining my energy? Let's find out what's draining your energy, man. We've got the bobcat and blackthorn in reverse. We've got the mouse and buttercup upright. We've got the horse and bluebell in reverse. So this is what's draining your energy. Patience in reverse is the bobcat. Upright is innocence. And then modest fortitude is in reverse. So I'm already getting this sense that you're timid. You're feeling timid and restless because there's something where you're not putting yourself out there. You're not taking charge. All right, so let's read a little bit about the bobcat and the blackthorn. You have acted too hastily and are in over your head. Notice what preparations might have served you and plan more carefully in the future. How might I mentally prepare such that I can survive when supplies are low? So what's draining your energy? All right, let's read the next one. All right, so innocence is the first card in this deck. It is upright. You may be embarking on a journey or starting down a new path. Remember that innocence and a lack of understanding are not negative qualities. Instead, they remind us of our capacity for growth, adaptability, and learning. All right, let's read the third one too. It's in reverse. Your yoke has grown heavy. Remember why you began on your journey. If the reason is worthy, continue pushing. Your efforts will make you stronger. Yeah, I'm still getting that restlessness, but it is hesitant. Like there's a hesitancy and there's a smallness with your energy. I almost want to say you're afraid of making mistakes, but I feel like that fear is born out of you did make mistakes before by being too hasty and thinking that you knew things. So it's kind of, you are aware of the consequences of your actions. And so now you're in this state where you don't want to even try because you're afraid of those consequences. Like you were kind of hurt, but you might have hurt yourself. And there was damage done to your solar plexus area, your trust in yourself. And before I move on, like we are only talking about what's draining your energy. It is this area of willpower. It is this belief in yourself. There's a bit of self-doubt, but it is rooted in a hesitancy because of previous mistakes. I'm called to the horse again. Its downcast blooms cause the bluebell to bow gently at its stem, symbolizing modesty. In contrast, the horse is a striking creature, proud and muscular, able to bear great loads and travel long distances. It is known for its superior strength and stamina. Taking together, the horse and bluebell remind us that the greatest fears are the result of much humble practice. Yeah, so I am still getting like this guarded energy of your solar plexus. And that can show up as pride, like maybe you overcompensate by trying to appear like you're in control and that you're calm, and maybe that's where the appearance of hesitancy is coming through, where like you're acting like things are fine, it's fine, everything's fine, but underneath it all you feel like this restlessness and this impatience. You feel like, okay, I want to get ahead, okay, but like I also don't want to get in trouble again. Like this is the energy I'm feeling. I'm missing something. There's ego. There's there's a fight with your own ego. And there is like a bit of you will be humbled. You have to humble yourself. And that doesn't feel very good to you because there's a bit of you have to admit mistakes were made, things happened that you did not. I actually heard things happen that you did not regret. So perhaps there is a hesitancy because you have to be honest about what you believe and what you want. Geez, I'm pulling in different messages, so take whatever resonates with you. But there is a disconnect with your solar plexus and what you are saying and believing. Because if you're saying that everything's fine, it's fine, and it's not, and you do have an aspect of yourself that is feeling impatient and restless and these more negative emotions, it's going to work on you and it's going to show up in different ways. I'm already getting like an illness. So let's read about the bobcat and blackthorn again with patience. You have acted too hastily and are in over your head. Notice what preparations might have served you and plan more carefully in the future. You have acted too hastily. I think I do feel a bit like you're at war with yourself. You're at war with what you truly believe and the overcompensation you've learned over time to be an acceptable human being. And I say it that way because for some of you that might mean you have to be overly pushy and aggressive. And others of you have to actually shy away and kind of hide your feelings that way and just be more agreeable. Those two energies will have a similar kind of effect on your willpower and your ability to take charge of your life honestly and authentically. So that's what it covers like a wide range because it's dependent on the way you are manifesting this imbalance. So the mouse and buttercup are upright. Like this is what's draining your energy, is this your own war with yourself and your authenticity. There is a disconnect in that area. And I'm already getting this idea that it's causing tension, which could cause all kinds of problems. Like you could have liver problems, you could have digestive issues, you could have a lot of anger, and that anger, if it's tense, it could be expressed outwardly. You could be like being really mean to people, or it could be internal, and you could be directing at yourself and calling yourself names internally. And basically, there's like an issue with blame, and you are either overly saying it's other people's fault, and so you're not being authentic to your responsibility in whatever happened, or you are overly taking responsibility and draining yourself by saying it was all your fault. And even just like questioning over and over, like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? That just pulls away your vibrancy as well. So it's really dependent on how you best express your emotions. The two are very similar, where even if we are externalizing our blame and our anger and saying, well, you did this, that's an overcompensation for feeling insignificant and feeling this shame that actually you did something, but you're not going to look at it. And so it all is kind of similar. Okay. So that came out very, very simply, and I am setting them aside. Cool. We must be moving on to the second part here, which is how can you recharge from this energy? And right away, I picked a breathing exercise / like a meditative exercise for each of these piles. And yours specifically was lower abdomen, lower abdomen breathing, which would make sense because it would get all of this tension, all this anger here, and it would bring it back into the physical world, so to speak, where like it brings it back into the lower chakras, and it can help you get grounded. and you're not cutting off this like middle area, which makes it really difficult for energy to flow and for you to be motivated and do the things, do many things, do mental things, do physical things. So let's read about this. We tend to breathe with our lungs and chest. This way of breathing doesn't allow a full breath of air into our bodies, though. Put your hand on your chest and breathe with your lungs. Now put your hand on your lower abdomen and breathe in with your diaphragm, which is about right here. Notice the difference. Now breathe with your diaphragm for 8 minutes. If you feel any tightness, relax more into each breath. Deep breathing relaxes the body and the increase in oxygen relaxes the mind. So that is a very good one. It's definitely going to bring out a lot of tension in this area. It's going to get you out of your head, especially if you're going, I did this, or you did this. Like, let's get energy, let's keep it going. So I love that one for you. So now we're moving on to the third one. How can I maintain my energy? And yes, interesting. I feel like these are both together. How can I maintain my energy? Cosmic egg in reverse, fox upright, zebra in reverse. How can I maintain my energy? Cosmic egg, it wants me to read first. I'm like reading them backwards, which is interesting. I just want to point out that you have 2 zeros that popped up here. There's like a lot with starting anew and starting a journey, and I do remember hearing that. And I think it's a journey of self-realization, I just heard. And like truly being authentic. And I'm feeling a warmthness, which is great. Like, by the way, I am feeling like a warmth and like a sunny disposition. And so once you unlock this thing that is draining you, you will be tapped in to really beautiful joy and like legit happiness, like legit like belly laughing kind of happiness is right around the corner for you. So Cosmic Egg, completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The Cosmic Egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. The Cosmic Egg is the final card in the journey of the Animal Spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. All right, that's having me. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace we experience self-realization. Did I say it or did I say it? A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the Cosmic Egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Yeah. So there's a lot about endings, beginnings, cycles, I just heard. And which would make sense because there are a lot of like O's. All right, let's go to the fox. The fox is in yellow. There's a lot of yellow energy here. And willpower, like will, is very, solar plexus is very yellow. So I am here to let you know that like the yellow energy is all upright, like it is all available to you. It's just that tapping into it honestly and authentically. So I was going to read Fox. When in balance, magical, ingenious teacher, monogamous. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. The belly laughing, the vibrancy, the connection with joy. While I do feel like this journey and this tapping into your own will and willpower to figure out that balance of like I'm overcompensating or I'm shying away. The fox is kind of like a tee-hee energy, and there's a playfulness in it that I think would help you release some tension. Anything that's going to get you to laugh, like authentic, like a joyful laugh, not like a mean laugh, like a silliness, I think will be very helpful. So, how can I maintain my energy focusing on things that will make you go tee-hee, that make you just kind of like, just tiny laughs at first, you know, like tiny, like authentic, oh, that brings me joy kind of laugh with people, with some people that are authentic as well, that uphold your own values. That's very important because, like, tapping into your authentic self and your willpower and what you truly believe, it's not boastful, it's not forceful, it's just direct, it's just straightforward. It makes sense to you. Now, it makes sense. It's not even just to you, it makes sense. And so, if you're overly pushy, if you're finding yourself being overly pushy, if you're finding yourself feeling mad, that is a disconnection with your own true will, because you won't be mad when you are speaking authentically. You will just be like, this is. There's a knowing with it. I'm going to go to Zebra, which is now flipping to be upright. Oh, there he was. Where'd he go? Eccentric, creative, visionary. Zebras are the most precious of gems. They are young at heart, well-cultured, and have an undying curiosity about life. Yeah, I am getting a lot, like, I was noticing in here, there's a lot with learning and teaching and teacher and being the student. And we, at different times in different areas, are a student as well as a teacher. We can learn so much from other people as well as we can teach people so many things as well. And it's a give and take, and there's a balance in that. There's a giving and receiving, and a lot of that happens at the gut. Like, you take in, you digest, you nourish yourself, and you also nourish others, metaphorically speaking, in a sense, okay? But you also feed people joy. So, like, whatever you're laughing about, whatever you find silly, you know, the tee-hee moments, sharing that, having that connection, making authentic connections is just going to be so heartwarming and important for you, because as soon as this tension releases, this warmth can spread into your heart, which is just like, oh, just like a huge magnet for whatever you want in your life. And it's just this, it's a really great, like, if you struggle with tension in your gut, which this is a story I know well, like eating disorders, blood sugar balancing issues, alcohol consumption. There are so many things that affect this area physiologically, as well as just like mentally, pulling things in, saying thoughts to yourself, digesting thoughts that make you sick. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's move on. Where to look for motivation? Oh, I already answered that, really. Like, it's the fox energy. It's that tee-hee moment and the authentic vitality, the joy. I'm getting a lot of connection with family too. A lot of our, like, shoulder, like, if you think of like attaboy, or like, you need people that support and encourage you authentically, and not in like weird ways or where they might be going and just like saying the opposite behind your back. Like, you want people that are strong and know themselves as well. The more people you surround yourself with who are authentic to themselves, even if it's different from you, but if they are authentically true to themselves, it is easier for you to also become true to yourself and step into your own power. Where to look for motivation? Creation. Tapping into things that make you happy, things that make sense to you. Okay, now I'm led to where to look for motivation. Oh, I love that. Let the money flow in. Let the abundance come in. Again, another kind of like yellow, this is gold. And then turquoise is prioritize your health. Yes. So taking care of your body, feeding it good things, not feeding it poisons, drugs, alcohol, any of those things. Feed it with just like true joy and beautiful foods. Eat some bananas too. It might be good for you. Yellow foods, like they say that for like the Ayurveda. Excuse me, I'm not trained in that. But you definitely need to be feeding things that are feeling good to your digestive tract and that are not hard to digest, because like your liver, like don't be around people with negative energy because you soak that in too, and it can really be triggering, and then it can like touch your own wounds and stuff. I'm not saying to avoid, but until you get a sense of like your own power and self-empowerment and start being honest to yourself about what you know and what you don't know. Sometimes being around certain energies can be very difficult. So trying to limit distractions that are going to take you off your path is going to be important. Let the money flow in. Let the abundance come in. Let the joy come in. And I'm getting a lot of like dancey celebration kind of energy. Lots of family here. I know I already said that. It's going to heal a lot of your injuries, self-inflicted and otherwise, is what I'm hearing. And a message from your guides. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. Let's see if I can find it. Waxing crescent moon. Oh my goodness. Lots of water is going to help your stomach too. I'm hearing that. Ooh. Oh my goodness, I don't know where it is. It's the first one. Look at that. You have all these journeys, all these like starting a journey. That's the first one, you guys. No, it's not. It's almost the first one. It's the second one. It's the second one. Okay. The waxing crescent moon is the second moon phase in the 8 main moon phases. But even if it's not the time of the waxing crescent moon, when you pull this card, it still suggests you need to really pursue your dreams. It's the time to put your foot down hard as you chase your goals. So your guides are saying, just do it. Get started. Just do it. Don't take it too personally. Don't take anything. Just don't think about it too much. Just do it. Just know. Just start knowing. No. Okay. Okay. All right. Pile number 1. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay? You got this. Okay, and that was, why are you so exhausted? And how can you maintain your energy? And what's draining your energy? How can you fix it? Oh my gosh, all these questions. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Pile number 2. Okay, so welcome to your pile. Reminder that today is about, why are you so exhausted? What's draining your energy? How can you, recharge? How can you manage it? And where can you look to for motivation? And finally, a message from your higher self and your guides. Okay. So pile number 2, I'm already getting like upper. There's like a beautiful, like warm, like a soft. It's soft pink. It's like the high heart, which has been coming out a lot. And you also got amethyst. Rose quartz and amethyst popped out today. All right, let me organize everything here. We've got what's draining my energy. Oh, my ear just went out. Okay. All right, pile number 2. It's on the back of that. They want me to clear before I do anything. All right, dear angels and guides of the highest truth and compassion, please fill me with light, love, and healing. Help me clear this space and give channel messages for pile number 2. Let's focus on pile number 2's energy and what is exhausting them. Okay, thank you. Okay, so for each pile, I wrote a curated message, and your theme, your main message, is believe. And it is bold, it is black, it is bold. It is like believe, fully believe. And it's a very grounding, there is like a very grounding, like it felt ancient, honestly. Okay, so what is draining your energy? We've got 3 cards here. Okay. This one wants to flip-flop, so I'll read it sideways. Okay, this is the eel and iris, safety, and it's in reverse. Then we've got the coyote and datura, deceit, is upright. And then sideways is the spider and passion flower, creative ingenuity, and is sideways. All right, so what is draining your energy? I'm called first to the eel and iris in reverse, the safety. It's this feeling of safety. There is doubt going on. Okay, so let's give me a moment to find this for you. Yeah, see, I figured this one. Oh, I found it. All right, in reverse, a transgression has occurred, and you may feel betrayed or violated. Anger and hostility are natural responses to betrayal. Honor your tender state by burrowing deep like the eel. Surround yourself in support and take the time you need to recover. All right. So, where did it say that? Burrowing deep. There's a need to ground yourself. And I think that's why that the belief is just so like black, because this is not the first time I have written this word on a card like this. The colors matter, and this wanted to be bold. And I also found it interesting, it goes off the page and down. So I think it's just reiterating what this said, is like this need to burrow deep. Like I said, to connect with, like there's like an ancestors, there's like a like you can find safety in thinking of your ancestry or your ancestors, like a connection to your own family, aspects of your family, some like a past legacy or something that gave you strength, knowing that people have your back, but they aren't necessarily present. There's like a connection to your roots that keeps you grounded. Something keeps you grounded and secure and stable. And what's draining your energy is something happened to you. There was a power struggle. There was like something happened on the down low. Because I'm hearing this mysterious music, this do 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 do, and someone oppressed you. I'm getting this weird sense, like this, like I was seeing someone with their hands up. You caught someone. You suspected something and you caught something. And it was like someone doing something that they thought they could get away with. But I'm getting this sense of like there was an ego trip involved. Okay, now is a good time to establish healthy boundaries. It's already giving advice. Okay, so let's move on to, obviously, this is deceit. So we're seeing that there was a betrayal, and now that what is draining your energy is this current deceit, this deception that happened that makes you feel unsafe to move forward and manifest, is what I'm getting. Okay, deceit. All right, let's read about it. I can ride my bike with no handlebars, no handlebars, no handlebars. That's what's like popping into my head. Upright. Beware the charming stranger. Before opening up to someone new, consider what they may have to gain from your trust. I'm being led. What's up? It's calling me to music. So weird. I just heard, "For unfortunate souls, bum bum, bum bum, da 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 da." Okay, I feel like whatever happened stole your voice and made you, is it timid? Made you shy away from doing what you like, taking action on what you want to do. Okay, give me a second here. All right, I'm going to read about the spider and passion flower. Upright, because now it turned upright. You can solve your problems unconventionally with your cleverness. You need only exercise patience in order to fully appreciate the results of your labor. How can I overcome an obstacle using my talents? When have I solved a problem using my ingenuity in the past? And so this betrayal and this deceit that happened, if you tap into, I'm already getting like messages of how you can heal yourself, but if it did stunt you creatively, that's what I'm hearing. That's what's draining your energy, is it's sapping your creative energy, your want and desire to create, to do from a place of vitality or something like that. Your voice was stolen. And now I'm led to this one. So how can I recharge is the next step. It's moving me forward. So we're moving forward. So many energies want to be read all at once right now. That's fascinating. They've got, yeah, how can I recharge? It flipped it over. Do you all want to be flipped over? Yes. Okay. How can I recharge? Great, powerful energies right here. All of these are upright. Stingray is kind of like middle. All right, so we're going to start with dragonfly. You have dragonfly, stingray sideways, and then you have elk upright. Very, very spiritual, very powerful, positive energies. So how can I recharge? Technically, I'm supposed to be reading these. This is like your little meditative practice you can do, and this is also a way that you can recharge. But I'm getting it is more for how can I maintain my energy. So that'll be the next one. So right now, how can I recharge? Dragonfly. It's already going to say tap into your talents again. Like, I already can smell that. Master of light, illusion, and the mind. When in balance, it sees clearly, joyful, and magical. How can I recharge? Start to see clearly. How does one do that? And now it's pulling me to the elk. So, I mean, I could continue to read that, but I want to read. Stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. Okay, so being resilient. Yeah, that makes sense. When in balance, supportive, kind, and consistent. Yeah. Okay, so how can you do that? How can you get clarity? Have structures in place to keep you steadily moving forward, even while your emotions may be stabilizing after this, I heard attack, after this attack on your spirit, this attack on your gumption, this attack on your gumption. There was an attempt to tie you down in some way and oppress you. There was a power struggle of some kind. There were mind games, I'm hearing. And that can be very destabilizing. And so you do need to work through whatever illusions people are trying to put on you and tap into that power of your own, like the deep power. Take more time to yourself to create. Take time to yourself to get into like a physical feeling and a physical creation. Like I'm seeing footprints in mud. You're like creating a footprint, which could be like the whole tie-in with talents too. There's a footprint, but I'm also like feeling the sensation of like the coolness of the ground, the wetness of the ground. I feel like there are tears involved. There's going to be crying into the earth. There can be a lot of creation coming out of release of emotion. And so I think that's why that stability needs to happen, like being the elk, being resilient, moving forward. And the elk is very spiritually connected as well, even though it's like an earthy kind of animal. There's this, the antlers are up above, and that's like often a sign of like a high priestess, and there's like a connection with the divine as well as the earth that is coming in here. And I'm really feeling that, of having a balance between communing and having clarity for yourself from like your higher self and your spirit guides, as well as time to grieve and time to process and time to connect physically, emotionally. There's like a combination of the physical, emotional, and I just keep hearing poor unfortunate souls, so sad. There's like a spiritual attack going on. Someone tried to come for your spirit. And to combat that, you do need to tap into darker frequencies, like deeper, darker frequencies beyond you on this plane. If this sounds weird, just bear with me for a second. Think of it like Mulan, where she has guardians and she has dragons that are looking after her. You have to kind of believe in that beyond this plane, beyond this situation, people have your back, and help them lift you up as well as keep you grounded. Okay. This is a very strong energy. Stingray. How can I recharge? We're still in that. And the stingray is like sideways. Developing confidence, sense of self or spine. Yeah, I said the whole, like, you've got to imagine people having your back, and like it lifts up your spine. So like, don't droop your head, like keep your head held high. That's that resilience. That's the connection with spirit. That's the elk energy of looking beyond and letting things fall away. And yeah. To bring it into a balance, you move through discomfort. Anything else sticky? The Stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the Stingray must decide between the old, easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. And I'm just pulled to the uncomfortable. Pressure from family and friends makes the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again, as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. All right, so how can I recharge? You've got to build your confidence, and you've got to keep this connection with your higher spirit, as well as stay grounded. And what's going to help you is keeping like a structure for yourself to keep you consistent and stable for you. And you've got to realize that like emotions are going to come and go. They're going to come in and out. And find that clarity within this discomfort and this mucky trail. Maybe that's why I was seeing like the muddy footprints and stepping. It's like a mucky, it feels sticky, and obviously it's wet and kind of gross. Like maybe you don't want to go on this trail. You don't want to be, you don't want to have to go through this. That makes sense. But here you are. You find yourself in the muck and you're going through it. And so here we can learn resilience, and we can learn to honor our ancestors, honor our own guidance system, I heard. Honor our own guidance system. And now we're going to move on to where to look for motivation. How can I maintain my energy? Barefoot walk. Do you remember what it feels like to have fresh grass between your toes? When was the last time you allowed your bare feet to touch the earth and feel everything underneath them? Give yourself a moment to walk barefoot. Invite all the sensations into your body. Walk slowly and calmly. Slow, calm movement that invites vulnerability, like walking barefoot, can help ground you in the moment. Feel your body relax into this exercise. So that's how you can maintain your energy. Is just every now and then give yourself this new sensation to feel only connected to you and your body. Okay, and now moving forward, where to look for motivation. Be kind to yourself. That's how you can find motivation. And live your purpose. It is all very heart-centered and being clear about what you want. We've got the rose quartz and the amethyst. We've got the elk. This is making complete sense here. So being kind to yourself, I'm like really drawn towards. And the dragonfly energy, I'm believing. And I just keep hearing over and over, poor unfortunate soul, so sad, dun dun. Someone stole something from you. Your peace of mind. Yeah, that's rough. And what is a message from your higher self and your guides on this journey? It wants me to read about being kind to yourself. So someone is not being kind to you. So it is definitely really important that you are kind to yourself. Cut yourself some slack. The way you talk to yourself can either lift you up or tear you down. So be mindful to your internal dialogue. Honor yourself. Be your own cheerleader. That's important right there. Remain your own best friend through the ups and downs of life. Make a conscious shift to speak to yourself with more compassion, empathy, and kindness. Treat yourself as well as you would treat others or the way you'd expect others to treat you. It all starts with your own inner voice. By showing yourself sensitivity, understanding, and gentleness, you can learn to be kinder and more compassionate towards others as well. How do you talk to yourself? Would you speak to others the way you speak to yourself? Would you treat others the way you treat yourself? So that word, there was a gentleness in there, and that also popped in over here, I think. Inviting in vulnerability. You have to allow yourself to grieve and to release the emotions that were created around this situation. And now I'm going to live your purpose in Moonstone. Life is a journey. We each have a unique calling to find our own way along a path to a more purposeful life. It is time to discover a deeper meaning within yourself and ensure the actions you take and the choices you make are, in fact, intentional and purposeful. How can you make a difference? What can you contribute? What is your legacy? Follow your heart, as well as your conscience. Just like the moon waxes and wanes, you may feel at times as though you are getting closer to, and then further from, your true purpose. When you know you walk on the path towards your highest purpose, you feel fulfilled each and every day. The one word that I saw in there was legacy. There is this idea of like who you want to be moving forward, how you want to handle this situation. And a lot of it is really strengthening your resolve and your ability to connect with yourself and stand strong through difficult situations, because this is probably not going to be the most difficult situation you have been through or will be through. This is in fact just preparing you for future ones as well. And it's definitely like just little steps. And I don't want to like warn you that worse is coming. I'm just letting you know life is unpredictable, and this can set you up for strength for in the future. It can remind you that life is unpredictable, and now I can set some structure and I can create some stability in certain areas to look for these pitfalls, or if this arises either again or if this arises in a new situation. These feelings I can handle. These feelings I can master. And it's not about like overcoming the feelings. It's being a master of your emotions. It's like raising your emotional, what's that word? Intelligence, your emotional intelligence, EQ. It's very important. And so your guides believe in you. Like, I'm going to go to it right now. So a new start is coming. They believe in you. Like I didn't even need to read this. I am getting it sideways energy, but you would not be here if your guides didn't believe in you. They would not be pushing like, tell this person this message, help this person. No, they believe in you and they know that you can do this, and they just want to let you know that they're here for you and they're believing in you. And they want you to believe in you too. And they want you to just like, with a warm, open heart, believe in yourself, love yourself through this. That is going to be the key to your motivation. Okay, a new start is coming. New moon. I think that's like the first card of this deck. The new moon marks the start of the waxing cycle and the midpoint of the dark moon. It's a dark and veiled time when the moon is invisible, and a time of rebirth. It's a time that witches do their work, making wishes and laying down intentions for the new cycle. Laying the groundwork is what I'm hearing right now. An intensely magical time when it's easier to pierce the veil to other worlds. There is definitely like a lot of like spiritual connection. All right, so where to look for motivation? Look to your guides and walk barefoot. Like there's a lot of that. I'm called to the stingray upright right now. Yeah, the spine, like having a strong spine. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old and the new. Easy, comfortable, and familiar, and challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Oof. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again. Now I'm led. And then I just heard, you spin me right round, baby, right round. So there might be like a loop in... What's up? It wants me to get specific. Queen of Swords, upright. Misery keeps... Okay, so I just got another song that I wrote, like Misery Bay. It's like, Misery Bay, are you okay? And we're hearing poor unfortunate souls. So you might be viewing yourself as like you're feeling victimized. You're feeling in a victim mentality. So but like, this is available to you. Queen of Swords, confidence, assurance, organized, intellectual. So find yourself find yourself connecting with a Queen of Swords kind of energy to move forward in motivation. Rely on confidence, assurance, get yourself organized, like try to prepare if something like this happens again. Setting healthy boundaries. Live your purpose. Focus on just like following your path and being that train, like I think I can, I think I can, I know I can, I know I can, to get you through this period of your life, this stage of your life. I'm hearing. Be kind to yourself in this process. Keep creating what you're doing. Like a spider, when it's creating its web, I think it either starts very small, like in the middle, and then it circles and like it gets bigger and has bigger waves and stuff, and it gets a stronger, bigger web. Or maybe it starts on the outside and it gets in and it creates that strength there as well. But try to like pull in these energies of like creation, confidence through action, and moving forward and staying connected for sure. And I am cleaning up. Okay. All right. So pile number 2, that was your pile. It was good energy. And just like, I'm excited for you because there is such like a strong connection, and yeah. And I know it doesn't feel like it's going to go very well, but it feels like it's going to go very well. And your guides are definitely there for you. Okay, so pile 2. All right, stay strong out there. All right, okay, bye. Okay, hi pile 3. I know, my messy fingers. So you wanted all the blue in the world. Just for a reminder, today's reading is about why are you so exhausted? What's draining your energy? How can you recharge? How can you maintain your energy? And where do you look for motivation? And what is a message from your higher self and your guides? Okay, so let's do this. It's a timeless reading. So whenever it found you, it found you. You've got so much blue. I just wanted to soak up the blue. I just wanted to drink blue. I just wanted to cry. Healing. There's so much healing that is like warranted here. And it feels so good. Like I want to hold on to it. And I want to soothe my heart and my soul is what I'm hearing. I'm cooling down is the sensation that I'm getting right now. All right. And so for these piles, I wrote a curated message. Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't want that one. Fascinating. Okay. Okay, pile number 3. I wrote a curated message, and yours today was sound off. And at first, when I don't know, when I was trying to interpret it at first, before I sat down at this reading, I thought like maybe you need to unplug. But now sitting here is like sound off, do 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 do, sound off. Like it feels militant, which is interesting. And it is in yellow, which is usually like a very powerful, confident area and color. You know, yellow, it's like embodiment, just enjoyment and empowerment. There's like this forward energy. So let's see what we're getting into. The first thing we're reading is, what is draining your energy? What's draining? And so we're here, we're that, we're this, and we're that. Okay, so first we have the boar and pumpkin for confidence. We have the vulture and asphodel, upheaval. And then we have in reverse the badger and ginkgo, healing wounds. Yeah, so what is draining you of energy? Even before I read it, I just got the word mischievous energy around. The vulture, upheaval. And then it's taking a toll on your confidence, and I'm flipping it over, so. All right, let's find out, huh? I am in the wrong. I'm in the wrong book. There it is. Okay, found it. Okay, so it's in reverse. Your fearlessness may lead you into dangerous territory. Take a step back and reassess. You can remain confident while taking time to be scrupulous. Oh, interesting. So maybe your guidance system is kind of knocked off balance right now because you are ego-driven and you're kind of like just pushing and forcing through forward, you know, like dun 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 dun. It feels very like a metronome, but like marching, like this is what you're supposed to do. Don't focus on anything else. That's like the energy. And sound off, it has that militant connotation, but as well as you're not listening. Like your sound is off. You're not taking in advice or guidance. And so like I'm getting a sense that it's trauma. There's something in the back of your skull that, and this is where we hold a lot of past trauma, which would make sense why a lot of blue is coming out, because like you gotta, okay, anything else? Upheaval, vulture, and the asphodel. Oh, I didn't realize they're actually very close. Oh, they're very close in the thing, in the deck. There it is. I was gonna say I went past it. Okay, a trauma has occurred. Did I say it or did I say it? And you need time to grieve. Cleanse your wounds carefully before attempting to move on. Yeah, you're not slowing down to heal. That militant pushing forward, going through, you're not doing it. You're running from all of the blue, all of the cool, all of the ooey gooeys, the soothing water, the connection with spirit. You connect with spirit through your throat as well. And past trauma can cut you off from that guidance system. All right, moving on. Obviously, badger and ginkgo, healing wounds. And ginkgo is very good for the mind. So I'm picking up that it's a very mental. I'm led to the left eye, which is often where we cry authentically. Stick with me here. Like we can force ourselves to cry, but apparently, where did I even read this? I know this though. If you are crying out of your left side though, it is authentic tears. Like, and there is something like, there's like There's like a need to drain the chemicals out of your mind that are created. And let me read upheaval still. In Greek myth, asphodel was said to grow in the underworld, and in the Victorians it sent the tragic message, "My regrets follow you to the grave." Often what follows upheaval looks like ruin, and it's tempting to clear the rubble and start again. The vulture in asphodel reminds us that there is value in what's been lost. Take time to grieve before you rebuild, lest you harbor regret. And then I heard, changes turn the face again, changes. How do I experience grief? How do I redefine myself after an upheaval? I'm going to read the boar and pumpkin again, because there's a message in there that it wants me to push. Here it is. Upright, your confidence is well-founded. Any insults or attempts to damage your morale will roll off your back. You are thick-skinned like the pumpkin and courageous like the boar. But it was in reverse. Now it's sideways. What accomplishment am I proud of? How can I improve my confidence and sense of worth? I'm seeing yellow. I'm seeing blue. I'm hearing the word commitment. All right, help me. Move forward. Okay, how can I recharge? So what's draining your energy is everything I just said. You're kind of like pushing through, and you're not giving yourself time to heal. You're not pulled back a bit. You're not allowing yourself to connect with your feelings and stuff. You're kind of like, and that will build that regret. So that's what's draining your energy. It didn't like that. It didn't like it. Your confidence is well-founded. Any insults or attempts to damage your morale will roll off your back. So maybe people are insulting you. You're insulting yourself. You're judging yourself. You're trying not to take in other people's opinions of you, but maybe you need to. Maybe you need to start to listen to what other people are saying to you. That's what I'm hearing. And I felt very strong when I said that too. Okay, so how can I recharge? Schedule yourself in and get out of your comfort zone, but it's in reverse. So it wants you to get in your comfort zone. I'm feeling pushed and pulled in this. Schedule yourself. Ocean Jasper. I found it. Okay. There's always time for me time. It's okay to make yourself a priority. If you don't take care of yourself, it's hard to be available to take care of others in an effective and healthy way. Schedule a little time every day to ensure that you are nurturing and nourishing yourself properly. Take a break and treat yourself in some small way. You've earned it. If your day is so full that you can't schedule 5 minutes for yourself, then schedule 10. Self-care is not selfish. It's absolutely necessary in order to be the best version of you. Yeah, so there is an ability to be confident in the fact that you need a break. Be confident in the fact that, like, Ocean Jasper makes me think, too, like, you need a vacation. But I was hearing the word commitment, and I think that has to do with you've made work commitments. You are a loyal person, like you've committed to this activity. You've committed to this goal, this outcome, this expectation, and you're afraid of being seen as flaky. And so you have to get out of your comfort zone. You do have to say, I can't do this at this time, or I need to pull back a little bit from this. You do have to speak up for yourself to take care of your own healing. Maybe you broke your foot. And this is just an example. If it doesn't resonate, I'm not going to assume I know. Maybe you broke your foot and you're like, I didn't break my foot. I can still walk on my foot. See, I'm still walking on my foot. And then you continue to make your broken foot worse because it doesn't get to heal. And then you have a bigger problem that you have to fix later down the line. Okay? So this is saying, be confident in speaking up for yourself when you need a break, when you need to pull back, when you need a moment to unravel, to grieve. I'm also hearing, it's like a Snoop Dogg song. So there's like da 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 da. Like you gotta like relax a little. You gotta. There is a need for like for you to relax, dude. There's like a. There's a harshness energy in this, and there's like a non-thinking energy. And you're not thinking because you don't want to feel, which is interesting. Okay, so let's move forward. How can I maintain my energy? Okay, oyster is sideways. Oyster is flipping all over the place. Hawk is in reverse. Hawk is upright. Okay. Oyster and hawk are upright. It wanted to let me know. And deer, upright. Okay. How can I maintain my energy? Sorry. Okay, how can I maintain my energy? How can I, I'm like overthinking. How can I overtake? There's a lot with like. Oh, it just turned into Muse, like Knights of Sidonia. No one's. Oh, and I just went right to deer. No one's gonna stop me now. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. See, now I'm getting this message that people were trying to like slow you down and say mean things to you and like get you off of your track. And this energy is, how can I maintain my energy? You keep going. Okay. Loving, intuitive, graceful, the mother. You nurture yourself. You take time, you recognize when it's time to go, you recognize when it's time to slow down and cry and get a cuddle. Like, that's what you realize. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. Yeah. Be a deer to yourself. Be a deer to yourself. Remember that the world is your oyster, because I feel like your energy, your current energy is oyster in reverse, but what's going to help you is it upright. So when out of balance, reluctant, gripping, clams up. When in balance, feels blessed, generous, masterful. Was it this pile I said master? No. Master of your emotions. Was that this pile? EQ? If it wasn't, alright, just ignore me. But, okay. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires in life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. And you want to share that you want to take care of yourself. You want to be your own best friend. You want to take some time to yourself. So how can I maintain my energy? You start taking care of yourself. And now I'm getting the hawk energy. Okay. Watchful, all-seeing messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. Sees clearly, intuitive. Yeah, and there's like the hawk, ever watchful. The deer has giant eyes. Seeing everything, closing out the noise of other people and the expectations, and just like really focusing on what you need and want, especially to heal it first. where to look for motivation. Oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. So this is a meditative practice you can do. And where to look for motivation, this is beautiful. Write a love letter to yourself, just like you would do if you were writing a love note to your sweetheart. Be a dear to yourself. Be generous with your compliments. See yourself the way your crush would see you. When we invite love into our lives, there is no room for fear. Writing a letter of love to yourself will help push away any fears or doubts that may be haunting you. And then you can return to that whenever you need to hear it. Whenever you're healing like this trauma and this grief and you need to ignore the outside noise, go back to this love letter you write yourself. All right, and now finally, oh yeah, we want to build your confidence in like living your life. Because that Knights of Sidonia song by Muse is very like, we're not going to let anyone affect us. We're going to move forward. We're on this horse. We're doing it. The world's our oyster. I know everything I need and want. But you're going to be nice to yourself. Okay, so the final part is a message from your higher self and spirit guides. And it is in reverse, and it says, a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. In reverse. I went right to it. Pay some attention to your appearance, but don't be all about appearances, it says. Libra is a sign of love and harmony, negotiation, and relationships. It is harmonious, kind, luxurious, and always aiming for balance. So when we have the new moon in Libra, or at any time you draw this card, there's a restart possible for anything and everything connected to partnerships, negotiations, appearances, and justice. Remember that Libra is depicted by a set of scales. This energy wants to bring things back to equilibrium. Feel more, think less. And it does say a legal matter will go your way, and I am led to that. A legal matter. I think it's just like a balance in realizing that you matter, and that like your engagements and your commitments in life, like whatever you choose, you still matter. Your voice does matter in this. So get out of your comfort zone and start speaking about what you believe and love. Like there's so much blue. I want you to talk and I want you to heal. Connect with music. That could be a really great way to heal through this, especially if you need an outlet to help you breathe. Okay, so pile number 3. Yeah, that's your pile. That was very, very motivating. I hope, for you. So we covered everything. Self-love is going to be your guidance and like your motivation. Use self-love, like prioritizing self-care and self-love is going to be your motivating factor here. Okay, so I wish you well. I love this. It's beautiful. You deserve this. Okay, all right. Bye, pile number 3. Hi, pile number 4. Don't mind my hands. Welcome. Today's tarot reading, just a reminder, is why are you so exhausted? What is draining your energy? How can you recharge? How can you maintain your energy? And where do you look for motivation and a message from your higher self and your spirit guides? All right, so pile number 4. There's already a lot. Like just looking at your healing stones that I picked, Howlite, and this is a little special guy. He is the first spiritual stone that I bought, and I got him in Edinburgh, Scotland, when I was there when I was like 11 or 12. I think it was 12. And yeah, it's very special to me personally. So when I was called to pull it out, I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm a little obsessed about this too, because this is well known as like the artist kind of stone. There's a lot of creation in it. So I'm already like, okay. So are we looking at a creative block maybe? I'm feeling my energy is pulled in. So let's find out. And for each deck, I wrote a curated message. Pile number 4, that's you. And your specific curated message is intuit. 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 And now I'm already pulling, like I'm feeling like a moony energy, obviously because intuition is very moony. I'm just going to organize these piles. Okay, don't mind my fidgety energy. I'm just trying to connect, and I'm a little cold too. All right, what shall we do? Clear the space, Suze. All right, dear angels and guides of the highest truth and compassion, please fill me with light, love, and healing. Thank you for your guidance and this channeled message. May it find whoever needs this message and help me do it justice. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. What is draining your energy? Pile number 4. Let's find out. I just got shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Are those the words? Now I'm like second guessing it. Oh, I love that for you. Dragonfly and pansy. But I'm not supposed to love that. This is what's draining you. Quail and gooseberry, anticipation. And then the skunk and magnolia in protection as we hear the sirens out there. Interesting. And it's in reverse. Anything else in reverse? And then I just heard, where in the world have you been hiding? And just that part. So you're in hiding? Protection? What is draining my energy? You're protecting yourself. You're hiding. Oh, I'm so itchy. What's up? Why are we itchy? Read it? Okay. All right. Dragonfly and pansy. Balance. Again, wrong book, Susie. It's hiding? Found it. Found it. It was hiding. There's a lot of hiding and secret. There's secrets. It's quiet. All right, let's get into this. Dragonfly and pansy, balance. Then I just kind of heard like, what is draining your balance? Shutting up, like shut up. Okay, here. It's upright. Like a dragonfly hovering above water, you are healthy and confident. Your physical skill is matched by your mental and emotional strength. Is my attention shared among my various interests and endeavors, or do I tend to favor just one? Am I satisfied by how I spend my time and energy? How can I build more balance into my life? Okay, so I don't know. I'm not quite... Okay. Nimble and attuned as a dancer, it moves effortlessly through the air, shifting direction with ease. Pansies are named for the French word pensée, meaning thought, and were given by the Victorians as tokens of thoughtfulness. Together, the dragonfly and pansy indicate a harmony of thought and action. You know, I was just going to say, I'm like, I don't know, I'm getting confused because I'm like getting this forward momentum, but I'm also getting a lot of intuition. And I was getting pulled back and like turned inwards energy, but then I was getting this like creation energy and I was confused. But this kind of helps with that a little bit. Together, the dragonfly and pansy indicate a harmony of thought and action. Okay, so what's draining your energy? You seem to be in balance, but now it's showing in reverse. You have stumbled into an unhealthy obsession. Recall the way a dragonfly shifts direction with ease and aim for the same nimbleness of thought. So maybe there is a push and a pull. There's like you get lost in your thoughts at times and you can't tell which is what you should be focusing on. There's like a scattered energy here, and that's what's draining your energy, because you do have a lot of interests, you do have a lot of things you're passionate about, but you don't have structure or you don't have a way to balance it all out. And that can be related to, like, say you want to balance family and work life and self-care time. Like it can be that, as well as it can be multiple interests or multiple focuses in occupation, like things like that. All right, and so then anticipation is upright. So like you're restless. There's like a restless energy. L1, let's read about it. The event or outcome you've anticipated is about to occur. Take advantage of your foreknowledge, preparing for what's to come. Okay, what's draining your energy is you know it's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. You know it's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. And that is just like wearing on you. You know something's coming. You know something great is about to get here. And so there's like this internal excitement, and you're keeping it close to you because but like you're ruminating on it. Like you know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. You want to just tell everyone that it's going to happen. All right, so the skunk and magnolia, you're protecting. It's in reverse. Self-protection can hinder growth. You may be misinterpreting a situation and acting defensively. Ask yourself why you feel the need for armor. Could greater vulnerability benefit you? How can I protect others? Who or what makes me feel safe? And I just heard mail time, mail time, mail time. I feel like you're like this little Mercurian energy. You get messages all the time. You're very intuitive. And so you know what's going to come. You know what's going to happen. But it hasn't happened yet. And so you're like in this day-to-day life. And you're trying to balance like your energies as well as your anticipation. Maybe you're balancing your emotions. You have tons of emotions because like, you've got the restlessness and you understand that like it's gonna work out okay. Just like pull yourself back. But you are in this propelling forward momentum, creative energy that you want to just get out of there. And you're getting these messages to slow down. It's gonna be fine. Just slow down. It's gonna be fine. I heard windfall. So what's draining my energy? It really is just like the anticipation. It is the excitement. That's it feels like counterintuitive though. Like that excitement for future things is actually draining you. And maybe it's because you are overly putting energy into areas in anticipation of that thing happening, but you really don't have to put so much, you don't have to do so much. Like just pull back. It'll happen. It'll happen. But don't contain yourself. There's a need to like find an outlet, balance. You can put that energy into the self-care aspect. Okay, moving on. How can I recharge? Chew your food, I'm being told. Eat with intention. Savor the food in your mouth and chew it well. This not only aids in digestion, but it helps to ground you in the present. Focus on the texture of the food in your mouth. Is it sweet? Is it savory? Pretend you are a food critic. Enjoy the process of eating and break down the experience as much as possible. Intentionally chewing your food while eating will allow you to be more present. Being in the moment, any moment, can reduce stress significantly. Just by doing this, you may be able to notice what kinds of food your body needs and is craving. So yeah, building the mindfulness bone in your body, building that slowing down and being present and enjoying this moment now instead of future living. Yes, that is how you can recharge, is by bringing yourself back to the present moment and getting lost in the beautiful sensations in the present moment. Okay, next is how can I maintain my energy? How are we maintaining our energy? Find a way to forgive and clear the clutter. Let's read about it. There is freedom in forgiveness. It's natural to react when others hurt or betray us, but if you can move past the first layers of blame, resentment, anger, disappointment, or frustration, you can free yourself from this negativity and toxicity. When you are able to forgive, you empower yourself rather than letting your emotions have power over you. Forgiving someone, however, doesn't mean that you condone what they have done. It simply allows you to release your ties to that experience so you can move on. At its core, all forgiveness is self-serving. Now, I do get the sense that the forgiveness is actually more about things you have done in the past, things you have brought into your life, things you have chosen, things you have done. It feels self. It feels related to what you used to tell yourself that you couldn't do things. And so there's like an aspect of you, now I can do these things, let me prove myself. I think there's like a little bit of that. And I'm going to make this past thing better by doing it better now. So there's like a perfectionism in it, and it's losing the joy because of that obsessive nature, that over reliance, overly focusing on that. Okay, let's move forward. Clear the clutter. So yeah, get out of your head is what I'm hearing. That's why like it wants you to get into your, like physical sensations a lot and balance that out a lot. You have a beautiful mind, but it can run amok. So amok, I just heard from like Hocus Pocus. Amok. Like you're a very powerful creative soul, and that energy and that creativity can take you out of your body. And so make sure to balance it by getting in your body and feeding yourself correctly and exercising and taking care of yourself, getting enough sleep, not burning yourself out. That's what I'm hearing in this message. How can I maintain my energy? Clear the clutter. Let's read about it. Selenite. And that was popping up for me personally, so I wonder if this is like my reading a little bit. Clear the clutter. It's time for a refresh. When you feel your battery is running low or your light is starting to dim, all it takes is a quiet moment to hit the refresh button and turn your inner light up to its brightest potential. Use this reset as an opportunity to cleanse yourself from anything that's dimming your energy. This might mean spending a few minutes outside to feel the sun on your face, or sitting in silence and meditating for a few cycles of breath. Do what's needed to re-energize your spirit, feed your soul, and recharge your inner light. Yes. Is your spirit feeling its brightest? What energies do you need to clear away? Love that for you. Affirm. I fill myself back up with light. Today, visualize a column of white light radiating from your heart to the rest of your body. You're welcome. All right. So, where to look for motivation? Where are we looking for motivation? And I just acted like I was digging somewhere. This one? A win-win outcome is forecast. You're gonna win. This is a beautiful energy. Whatever's happening in your life, I love it for you. But now it's flipped in reverse. Fine. What is it? A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. And now it's flipping all over the place. Oh my gosh. Maybe you're overthinking that it won't happen because it hasn't happened yet. That would make sense too. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Wrong book. I'm feeling very scattered. But it's like a Dory from Finding Nemo kind of energy. It's cute. She's happy. She's excited for the future, but she's also kind of just lost in her head a little bit because of that. Full moon in Libra. No matter when, nope, it's pulling me up here. Let go of that which is falling away. This card can also refer to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question, but it feels internal. It feels like just in you, a win-win for you is available there. See the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. All right, where to look for motivation? I didn't quite read that really very well. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. So it's just balance. Libra is about balancing. There's so much about balance in here. Balance the head and the heart, the body. Mind, body, soul. Definitely soul. Feeding your soul. Okay. A message from your guides. That's a message from your guides. Yeah, okay. Well, now I'm seeing like a relationship thing in here as well. Maybe for some of you, this is kind of like a relationship that needs balanced out, and you know that things are going to work out or they're not going to work out. depending on you. You should know. It's about your intuition. And maybe you waffle. Maybe you do go like back and forth on these energies and wonder if it's going to work out or if it's not. So take it as it resonates. But now I'm starting to see and I'm hearing that there might be a need to be kind to people around you too who have hurt you. And that can be really difficult to bring in love like that. Message from guides. Hyena. Hyena is like a fire energy. Oh, and tarantula is also fiery energy. I just found that. Here it is. Humor, wit, sarcasm. It is in reverse. Scrappy, petty, and suspicious. Yeah, so I think the suspicious kind of goes to you don't think it will happen, but it will happen. Is there an aspect of denial in this? A little bit, in that you've created this and that you want it. Okay. Mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing is what I was just led to. Sarcasm. So, okay. There might be a bit of, I mentioned like keeping quiet, and then I also said something like, just shut up, like just stop talking. There might be a bit of a disconnect between reality and what you're saying, and then you might be self-sabotaging through that because of your fears and because of your like, well, what if it doesn't work? Or what if it doesn't work out? And what if it doesn't? And so like that's kind of mucking up this really good energy that's around and staying focused on like things as they happen and going from there. There's like an overthinking and worrying about where things are going. All right, and tarantula energy, again, another spider. We've got lots of spider energy, lots of fire energy, creation, at a crossroad, claiming life's purpose. I mean, that's a lot of energy. It's big decisions. So it makes sense that this could, whatever this is, whether it's occupation, this balancing out and trying to figure out how you want to assemble your life. I'm seeing the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose Dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. So you got to follow your path. That's your message from your guides, is just like follow your path. Keep going on your path. You set this path out, keep trusting it. And tarantulas are actually kind of like slow moving as they create. They're bigger spiders. They have a way to protect themselves, but they're just like, they're just going with it. My hand is a spider right now. Okay. Unicorn is in reverse. It's no surprise the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the third eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. This center is called the Ajna chakra, or command center. The ancient yogis believed it is responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our two eyes see the past and present, while this third eye peers into the future. And so if you have a very open third eye, which I'm seeing a lot of messages that you do have a very open third eye, you're very intuitive, or you need to connect more with the intuition and trust it more, you can run into a lot of problems with illusion. And I do feel it's like this self-sabotaging kind of energy where you're like, well, what if? And you're trying to do that to protect yourself and stay safe, which wasn't that a protection? Yeah, the skunk was in reverse. Like you're trying to protect yourself a bit too much with this thinking. And it wants you to connect less with that. And I'm supposed to read more about the unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Yeah. Trust your intuition more. You know what's going to happen. And that's scary. Because then you have to like get out of your addiction of overthinking. You have to actually like just go, oh, okay. And then you have to be in the present moment. And what's that like, huh? You haven't done that in a long time. Okay, so message from your guide. is this guy. And I already forget. Yeah, this is definitely like really scattered energy. Kind of running all over the place. Very fiery. Very energized. In order to find true happiness, you must choose Dharma. Follow your path. Follow your purpose. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. Okay. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose. So I really am getting a sense, and now it's flipping unicorn back. So once you are in that energy, we wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it a male, female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. See yourself as a unicorn. You got this. You know this. I'm cleaning up. Chew your food. That was your meditative practice. Okay, pile number 4. All right, you have a nice day. I mean, that was a great reading, okay? I hope there were messages in there that related to you. You are draining your own energy. You not listening to your intuition and trusting it and falling back into peace is draining you. You got this. All right, bye pile number 4. Bye, bye, bye.